Man, I'm out here minding my business on my way to work, and I get the news that Luke Shaw is injured. What? For real? Injured? Again? At this point, we're going to have to change the color of our kit. We're going to have to change the logo, change that Red Devils to like Red Lions or something, because I feel like it's a major curse. There's some juju going on. How in the world a player that was supposed to be on the comeback? Yes, we signed Dorgu. Luke Shaw conveniently is supposed to be back in team training. And then next thing you know, word breaks out that he's injured. I am disgusted. I don't know what in the Phil Jones is going on right now with Luke Shaw, but clearly something needs to be done. My proposal is that we just pay him out his contract. Simple to say, but in reality, I know it's difficult to do. But whatever it costs, if it's 18 million, pay that shit out. There's no reason for us to be getting embarrassed and scammed. It's daylight robbery. It's highway robbery. People are not talking about this a lot because maybe of his nationality, but I know players like Martial were chastised every single time because, oh, he's not available. He's injury prone. People are not making enough noise about this. Luke Shaw is out here embarrassing us, and the embarrassment costs more than 18 mil. Send that bill to Ed Woodward or whoever sanctioned his contract extension needs to be paying a lot of that bill, if anything, because right now it's a serious conversation about. I know contracts. Well, I don't know Luke Shaw's contract, but I know contracts are meant to protect, both parties. But surely something has to be in there about, look, if you're not available to play 75% of the time, or even 60% of the time, then you shouldn't be getting your full wage. That way, it protects the club. Because right now, the club is bearing the burden on this, and it's not supposed to be like that. The player, I understand, the player was injured on duty. While you're injured at work, it's not your fault. I'm on my way to work. If I get injured there, it's not my fault. But at the same time, if I keep doing it, keep getting injured, then there's something that's just not right about the 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 free the just the balance of things. We talked about this a while ago, and I think maybe 2 weeks ago, about sometimes it's the mind, body, and soul that needs to be connected. And right now, Luke Shaw's mind, body, and soul are all disconnected. I really don't understand how in the world he can continue like this. It's highway robbery, man. It's early in the morning and I'm pissed off. Yeah, Luke Shaw injured. Somebody in the traffic is also not feeling this Luke Shaw news. Anyway, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can share the link. I'm on my phone, obviously. Like, this is not ideal. I wasn't obviously going to stream, but, you know, man, let me see if I can share the link real quick for anybody that wants to join in and chime in on this. This is the moment for that. All good. If nobody wants to, you can just put your thoughts on the chat as well. But big up to United Talks community. Shout out to you, Javed, in the building, saying go go bots. Yo, big up yourself, fam. I'm just stressed out by Luke the Shaw. Such a. I, I'm done sympathizing with him. I know it's not his own doing. You know, you can get injured at your work or your school or whatever, but at the same time, something's gotta be done. Next time a new contract is issued to any player, the club has to learn from this. Otherwise, we're just repeating our own mistakes. Look at how we spent the last 2 years. Basically no left back. And what happens? God forbid next week Dorgu gets injured in training. Oh, we are in the mud. Muddy FC. Let me see if I can bring in men like Mitch in the building. What's up?
What's up, brother?
Bro, pissed off in the morning, bro. That's what's
what
going on.
city are you in, bro?
I'm in Boston right now, bro.
Hey, shout out to Boston, bro.
Boston in the house, but Luke Shaw is out the house, bro.
Hey,
We can talk.
screaming Luke Shaw is injured in Boston is diabolical, bro.
Man, it's ridiculous, bro. What do you think? Do you think, first of all, like, I don't always just want to villainize somebody, but is it his, like, it's not his fault he's injured, right? Can we, like, get a little bit of, balance a little bit? I'm curious, like, what's your take on this Luke Shaw injury, man?
Listen, whatever you think of Luke Shaw, right? We're gonna need him. We're gonna need bodies. Amarim is definitely gonna use Luke Shaw. Now
Yeah.
this guy's injured. What's his name? Martinez.
Leach is also injured. Oh my god.
So I definitely think Amarim is gonna use him, bro. Cause I don't know. Ineos didn't back the manager, and now is yeah. I think Luke Shaw is our hope right now.
So what do we do if Dorgu gets injured, bro?
Hope and pray, bro.
Huh?
We have to hope and pray when Dorgu
Hope and
gets
pray
injured.
FC. We're basically in the same situation we were uh, 2 seasons ago. Matter of fact, you could also make the argument, Mitch, that Manchester United is weaker right now than at the beginning of the season.
Facts, facts.
You know, we let Anthony go, we let Rashford go, we
And we
let
haven't
Malacia
replaced these
go.
guys. That's why I'm saying we need bodies, and like he's definitely gonna get game time because Amarin doesn't have options at the moment.
Man, should I? I don't even know. I don't even know how to feel about this, bro. Let me see if I can also add in. I'm on the phone, but big up, Doctor. Big up,
Hi.
Ronald in the building, or Ron.
Bigger bots. The thing is, let me because I know you're not able to see the chat, so let me help my chat folks over here. Brother, Lil Yo-Yo says, "Yo, Mr. Bots, oh, where's the chip? It's
The
Wednesday."
chip. Luke Shaw got the chip. No, I'll take my chip. I'll take my chip.
Okay.
I got the chip in my possession, but not
Uh,
on me right now. But I'll take
the
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 chip.
the
I'm not
Braids is
afraid of the chip.
asking, who's the bigger criminal? Is it Shaw or Botswana? It's up to
No, no,
debate.
no, 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 no. I'm not Luke Shaw level. Come on now. Come on.
But see, the thing is, bots, in my opinion, I think Luke Shaw was never ready. It was just a false hope narrative because the club wanted to justify Malasia being sent off, right?
Yeah,
So when Malasia was being sent off, so there is no outrage thrown back, they said Luke Shaw's back and Dorgu's coming in, so we're covered, no problem, right?
yeah,
And the second line came in when he was gone. So the moment he is gone, the loan is approved. Luke Shaw's broken again. So, sir, it's not happening. It is not happening, sir. Luke
it's
Shaw is broken.
This happened
Oh,
last year. You,
I'll be honest with
you
you,
know this
bots.
happened last year,
Jesus
right?
It's
Christ
happened too
might
many
have a
times.
bro. Jesus Christ might come back to life before Luke Shaw plays
Before
90
Luke
minutes.
Shaw, bro, he might.
Do you know this
The
happened
second coming of
last year?
Jesus is
Because
gonna happen before Luke
we
Shaw
had
comes.
regular. Then they told Ten Hag, oh, he's ready. The moment Regulon goes back to Spurs, he's not. He's injured again somehow.
Exactly.
And to this day, Regulon is still. He hasn't. How many games has he played for Spurs? Like 2 or 3 or something like that. Then he went off to Brentford as a lone player. Nah, at this point, yeah, we're tired. I'm done. Kukonki, what's his name? Kukonki. I think he's a centre back. He might be shifted to left back. Harry Mas hopefully hasn't been sent out on loan too. And I guarantee you this season we're gonna see a record number of what's it called?
Injuries.
Academy players who are
Oh,
not
academy
ready.
players.
I feel like none one of them are ready to play.
Yeah, but
And
I
Doggo, of
don't want to
course.
see bots enjoy Boston. So bots, you're asking the wrong
I know.
question. You're
Put,
asking
put,
if Dorgu gets injured, what will happen? You tell me if Ahmad Diallo gets injured, what's going to happen?
Oh,
Fucked
I don't want
anyways.
you
to
know,
imagine
you
that.
I think in October or November, I said this. In a group,
Anyways, we already been fucked this season, bro. I can't be asked.
yeah. If we somehow manage to get a trophy out of this bullshit, sorry for because I'm mad.
Yeah, go on. It's fine. It's all good,
It's a
bro.
miracle. It's a miracle if we get something out of this, like Denzel Washington did. It's a miracle
Wait,
because
you're hoping for a trophy, doctor. I'm hoping for 10th. I'm hoping for a single digit finish at the end of the season.
these
I'm hoping
no,
ninth.
Nah,
what,
you're
what,
to
what,
40
what,
points.
From
Road to
I'm
40
very
points.
Luke
Do you
Shaw's
know why?
perspective,
They're
he's like,
so criminal.
why do we keep changing managers every 2 games? Like, I don't even know.
No,
Like, you know what I mean? If you are looking at life from Luke Shaw's perspective, he literally, I don't even know how many games he played for Ten Hag. But then,
And bots, I can tell you future
listen,
right now. The problem is our fan base is too quick to celebrate meaty things. There are some people in this fan base who believe in Ineos, right? So they were celebrating 10 mil, right? They were celebrating 10 mil, the
10 mil for
fee
what?
for the fee for Malasia, but they didn't realize it says option to buy. So let's be honest, when the summer hits, right? You would have Rashford back at the club. You would have Anthony back at the club. You would have Malasia back at the club. We would spend 2 more weeks or months finding new
and
homes for these
Sancho back.
homeless people.
You forget
Oh,
Sancho.
no, Sancho. No, Sancho
Nah,
is not coming
Sanchez is an
back. That's an obligation
obligation.
to buy.
He
So that's
Oh,
gone.
okay,
That
great.
he'll
garbage,
be
yeah,
gone.
that garbage
He'll be
is,
gone.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he'll be
thrown.
gone. Yeah.
So that's done.
That's wonderful.
But so we'll be finding new homes for these homeless people. So we need to do better, bro. We need to go start a GoFundMe.
Mhm. Go. It's a go.
young
It's a
Poppy,
pay now
what did you say,
process.
I
bro?
still
It's a pay now process.
I think he's driving, so.
About
Yeah, I
Shaw,
think.
yeah, his just gotta go. I'm Ben said it. That's not what we need right now. We need a fit. Well, we need fit players all over. So you guys suffer with injuries like what the old Arsenal now.
And bro,
Look, sure to us. Will be hilarious.
you know the guy. Everyone knows this guy, United Menace, right? He dropped the news that Luke Shaw is injured. How quick was United to actually get the people that they have on their payroll to go online and start dropping the news that he's not injured, he has a setback. No one reported the time frame he's going to take to come back from that setback, but they didn't use their top tier sources. They didn't use Onstein to drop that information. They're
Exactly.
using their tier two, tier three people that they normally use to create false narrative. Those are,
Mm,
if you go back and look at their tweets, look at what they
mm.
wrote about Pogba. That is all I would say.
Oh yeah. I saw that.
You think they're just staring the pot there?
Bro, it's again, I believe my club, right? They're gonna go ahead just to prove a point They're gonna go ahead, put Luke Shaw on Monday in the training facility, get photographs, and show people, oh, he's fine.
Man, but what's the point right now in keeping
I
him?
have
Like,
I have an
I
issue.
know we
Exactly.
don't know the legalities of his contract, but and it probably costs more than 15, 18 million to pay him out of his contract, right? Which would probably be bad for our finances. Probably wouldn't be able to even like sign players. But like at this
And
point,
the,
it's
and the
so
cheek of
embarrassing.
this guy, bots, the cheek of this guy, he was out there on his wife's Instagram or TikTok making a TikTok where the only line he said was, people and their moms on benefits. Brother, you yourself are on benefits at Manchester United for the last how many years?
I know.
11 seasons. 11
When
seasons already,
I
bro.
have something to say. Number one, this whole situation of Luke Shaw is smelling fishy as hell. It's I don't know what is going. I feel like something further is going on that they're not telling us about this whole situation, and I honestly want to know. That's number one. Number two, when on the whole him on social media thing, why did he agree to do that? That's number one. Because number two, when Malasia was injured, did you see him posting just ran him on holiday? Yeah, maybe him and Rashford gone on holiday. But to be fair, he wasn't that kind of it's posting himself singing your mom's on benefits. I'm sorry.
I laughed.
You know what I mean?
I found it
My
funny.
When
my goodness.
you're
The Braves has a
in
very good point. Shaw should be a pundit at this point. He can tell us like that dressing
you
room
already
vibe,
know the
how
100%,
it
bro.
is
perception
to be with the
people have of
physio.
this.
Like
Because
there's a lot that he can be a part of the world of football, but
it
just not
can't
on the
be.
pitch.
We need a specialist to come on and tell me why. Whether it was a grade 3 tear, he broke his leg right a couple of years ago, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
He
yeah,
broke
broke
yeah.
his
his
It
leg
leg.
a
He
was
couple
his
of
snapped.
years ago,
leg,
right? Or was it
his knee.
a
He
yeah?
actually
It
broke
was a
his
snap.
shin. He broke his
I
shin.
need
Yeah.
yes. So I need an orthopedic surgeon to come and explain to me how bad this was. Because already I know how bad it was, but how bad the complications were. If
See, the thing
after
is,
what three and a half
doctor,
years you still can't get fit enough to play, they should have been told you can't play Premier League anymore. Go down to Championship. Go down to League One, League Two.
so,
Play there
so
once a week.
uh,
Maybe an FA Cup game or a
doctor,
Carabao Cup game every other week. You know what I mean?
doctor, can you hear me?
I
Yeah,
Doctor,
yeah,
can
yeah,
you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah. We
yeah
can hear
yeah.
you.
Sorry, I was just going
Okay,
on a rant.
I know
I
you
was
went
going
on
on
a
a
rant,
rant.
but doctor,
Sorry, I was
I
ranting.
know, I know. But doctor, do you remember when Ronaldo said we don't have the facilities? Here's the thing: a lot of players, from Pogba to I think it was Malacia as well, and players like Shaw, they choose between getting their injuries fixed in-house or they go outside and get their injuries fixed. But United primarily wants them to do it
Yeah,
in-house.
so,
Now, their in-house facilities are not top quality, hence players go out to get those things fixed.
horrible.
Now, when they go out to get a surgery done or their injury fixed and they come back, the the plan that they're given for rehabilitation or coming back into the team isn't up to date as to what is expected based on what surgery was done for them, right? So that is why they always and always have a
I
setback.
know.
How
I
many
know
times have
this.
we heard setbacks? Again, Martinez injury, you're being lied to. Watch when he comes back. Watch when he comes back. If he comes back, hear
Is
my
there a
words.
future for Nietzsche
Watch,
at Man United, or
watch,
he's just
uh,
become the
bots,
Latino show? That's what I'm
bots.
also curious about.
Bots. I'm not saying Manchester
No,
United. I'm
no.
saying watch if he
You
comes
people,
back.
you people who are trying to put Martinez and Luke Shaw in the same. I get it. I
It's
get
not the
it.
same sentence. It's not the same
I
sentence.
disagree with that. But one thing for sure, I feel like we at least with Martinez we have a little bit of hope.
No,
And at least when he comes back onto the pitch, he won't run like for 30 minutes and be like, "Ah, I can't do
uh,
it anymore."
doctor, I
He's
don't
given
think
me
he.
a bit more hope on the pitch.
I don't think he does though. I don't
You
think
know,
he does
he's
come
out
back.
for the season. I get that United's facilities are horrible and they can't rehab the way they want to rehab.
Doctor,
But
it
if I
might
know
be
that as a player that
Le-
United's
Doctor,
facilities are shit, I would
for
doctor,
me,
close my
for
eyes and
me,
pay
I'm seeing
for a
similarities
physio
between
to do
Doctor.
it properly.
I'm seeing
doctor. I
similarities
understand
between
your ranting, but
Eric
at least
Bailly
hear
and
me out.
Lucha.
He
Go
he
ahead, go
might
ahead.
be gone. He might just be gone for the contract, not the season, because he had a knee injury before. It has been reported as an ACL right now, but
Yeah.
it actually is more than an ACL. And what I have been told
How
few
do you
years
know
ago,
that?
I just know, I just know. And few years
Trust
ago,
me, bro.
Are you a medical
yeah,
professional? No.
I'm not a medical
Allegedly.
professional, but the person
Cover
who gave me the
yourself in this
information,
channel. You have to say allegedly.
I don't,
Because if it's not
no one,
Mention that.
doctor,
Mention
doctor,
allegedly.
no
Mention
one can hold
allegedly,
me,
bro. What the
no
fuck?
one can hold me for charges because I don't do the meaty skirmish, right? I'm just telling you what I heard, and if anyone wants to
yes,
take
but
it, no problem. If no one wants to take it, don't take it. I'm fine with that too. But all I was told was, a few years ago, this would have been considered as a career-ending injury. However,
Hmm.
medical from that time to now has improved. It's just if they allow him to
of
properly
course
get
it
it
has.
done, he would be back on the pitch playing. When? That is no guarantee. They might put a timeline for you as or for us as fans, the same way they did with Luke Shaw when they said it is going to be December, but psych, not this December, the next December. Even the next December has gone by and Luke Shaw is still on the pitch. It's been
Yes.
2
But I
seasons.
feel like
Luke Shaw hasn't come back.
and I'm agreeing with you. Let's all fight the fight that we're looking at for right now. And the topic for today is Luke Shaw. I feel like Martinez and Johnny Evans and all of them is a whole different topic. Luke Shaw must go because it's giving Phil Jones vibes. Phil Jones plays 1 game a season, 2 games a season. You know,
100%. But doctor,
and
it's
I don't
Luke
want
Shaw
it to sound like I'm
for
mean
him
or I'm evil or something like that, but he needs to go.
for him to go though.
Pardon?
Like I
Sorry,
want his
Joe.
contract
What
terminated,
the?
but he has to also agree. It has to be a mutual termination. He's protected by the contract to see it out
Do
until
you
it
know?
ends.
Yes, he is.
You
So when
know,
does his contract end? Does anybody know when his contract ends?
2027 or
Because
2028.
that would determine what I'm about to say.
I think it's
Okay. Do you
2027.
know what he can do?
28.
He can go play. That's 2 years. You know what he can do? The under 21s need a player coach. He can do that. Work for your money. Player coach.
Oh Lord.
Tom, what's his name? What's his name? The Xerxes lookalike. Tom. His name is Tom Huddlestone. He was the player
Oh,
coach for
Yeah.
2 years ago. Something like that.
Augustin.
Now it's another
You're
guy.
right. You're right.
Yes.
by the
Now it's
way,
another guy. I'm
Luke
very
Shaw's
sure the
contract
under
is
21s
still
would love you there.
Luke Shaw's
2027.
yeah, Luke Shaw's
2027,
contract
yeah.
is still 2027, June 2027.
And yes, he can go play in the under 21s for the rest of his contract. We won't say anything. He should help train the next up and coming left backs.
Doctor,
Because
he doesn't
I'm
have the
tired
legs
of this.
or
I'm just
ability
tired.
to play.
And already, I know. But there's another topic for another day too, where the fact that our squad is light as hell, and I've been saying it.
Attack
I
is
said this back in November. We have on the website. If you go on the website, we have 29 players in total. 29 to 30 players in total. About 5 of them out on loan, 3 of them injured. So that's 22 players or something like that, plus or minus. If any one of them get injured, we're done. And if anyone gets another injury, we are done for.
And
Literally.
just to clarify for the
And
Braids,
would
the
have
contract renewal that happened under Eric Ten Hag has got nothing to do with him because this club had given Eric
yeah.
Bailly a contract under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when Eric Bailly was actually out injured for 4 months. They gave a contract to a guy who
Mhm.
was injured for 4 months because they did not want to find a replacement for him. The same logic applies to Luke Shaw. They do not want to find a replacement for him. Hence, they go on, we'll
Exactly.
renew your contract, you play. If you don't play, it's light, it's all right. That brother is on 7.8 million a year. A year. So
Yeah, so they
the
rather keep
contract,
paying that rather than paying a Hill 50 mil for
exactly,
a proper striker and plus his
exactly,
wages. I'm left back, sorry, and his wages. So yeah.
exactly. So they always go for the easy route. If he plays, he plays, that's okay. If he doesn't play, then we're only shelling 7.8 mil. We're saving 42 mil just on the transfer itself, considering they might get a competent player for 50 mil.
Guys, whatever we think about Luke Shaw, he's definitely gonna get game time because Malacia is gone, and Martinez, he's gone as well.
Wait,
So
He would get
um,
game
which
time
wait,
if he's
because
available.
we definitely know it's not February. We definitely know it's not March. So, and the season ends in May. Let's say we go to. Sorry, I'm ranting. I know I'm ranting and I'm over talking. Sorry, guys, but I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
tired.
No,
I'm
no, no.
sick
Go on,
and
go on.
tired, and also I'm sick and tired of the medical staff. And I get that it's maybe not all that fault, and they're working with what they have. But I'm tired. Ineos has to do something. Um, the Glazers are. What I have to say for the Glazers, I can't say online because it's this thing will get demonetized, and I don't want that. Um, I'm frustrated. The nice thing
Well,
to say is I'm frustrated, guys. I'm just tired. I need. I know, like the path to greatness takes time, but I'm frustrated. I'm sick and tired of it. Why like in the news, why can't we say, oh, Man United just signed the top player of the year? Why can't I wake up to that? Why?
we can't
Truth,
have that due
I'm
to
ranting. Oh my
PSR.
god.
truthfully, like, would
I'm
it
gonna
even
mute
really make a
myself so
difference?
somebody else can talk.
We can't do that, doctor, due to PSR because uh, I'll be honest with you. I know this is not going to be a fan favorite, right? But if you had someone like Ed Woodward right now, you would have the big signing because he would go call JP Morgan and get you that big signing, put club more into debt and get that player because he always had the mentality of fixing things short term and then thinking about long term. Like
Exactly.
short term, we need
Mhm.
to get the result, and if the team wins something or goes on to winning something, we're going to be all right. The new ownership is more based on long term. They're caring more about how and what, and so hence the youngsters that are coming in. Dorgu, I don't know how good he is. Hopefully, we will
Same.
see in time,
Yeah.
right? So at the end of the day,
Evan
when was
as
the
well.
last time? When was the last time we actually saw Anthony Martial play 90 minutes? The same logic applies to Luke Shaw, but I don't see people having the same energy online. Everyone on this
Facts.
call
Facts.
or everyone over here has the same energy, but online it's just a different energy when it comes to Luke Shaw. And Braids, I would happily take Sergio Ramos over Luke Shaw, even right now at the age he is. Because Ramos is allegedly looking for a club as well, but he can't find one because of his age.
Yeah, I saw that Mourinho. There was rumors that he was gonna go to Mourinho, and then that didn't work out. So, Ramos would add a lot more to our team. Anyway,
He might.
Bro,
He might. Bro.
a brick wall would add more.
a wheelchair is more useful than looking for a
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Yo, big up Bali
Yeah,
Tech.
yeah. I want to say something before
Big up.
before 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 even Nick makes a point. To be honest with you, like this morning when I actually watched the United View this morning. I heard Flex was saying, oh, like Amram needs to get the best out of Luke Shaw. I mean, I'm like, what do you mean by that? I mean, he's going to get injured, and the next after right after the United View stream, I saw KG's stream. Thumbnail, Luke Shaw injured again. There you go. He's injured again. There we go. Setback FC, as it always, for 1 month.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Wild.
Bali Tech, what you thinking, bro?
Big up, big up.
First of all, welcome to the Football Power Hour. Have no fear, Ballytech is here. We're
Big
all
up.
in the building. Big up to everyone in the chat. Smash the like. If you're not smashing the like, I'm coming for you. All right.
Bally, pause.
Feel like
Bally
you'll
Tech,
go for
could
the
you play?
girl.
Pause. Bally Tech, could you play left wing back, please?
I leave that to my boy Drogu. He seems like he wants to be playing over there. So, plus he's getting paid more than
I
me.
don't.
40K a week. He's getting paid way more than me. So I'll leave him to play there.
Nah, and this is criminal from Fabrizio as well. Man made about 300 posts for all the City players throughout the transfer window. About 300 posts. Did not mention salary for one of them. But for Dorgu, man mentioned salary as that is a positive that we should be hyped about. Do I care if he's earning 40K? I
Yeah,
don't.
but the club,
Yeah, the club
Fabrizio
does.
is getting the information from the club. The club wants to put it out there that he's getting 40K.
Yeah. I know, because they're trying to run that narrative. It's so sad for me. I'll be honest. We're at a stage right now we couldn't even afford a media video, a launch. Remember how we used to do those pragmatic big video releases for
Sanchez
like
playing the piano.
Sanchez, Sancho, Lukaku had one, Pogba had one. We
Sanchez,
even
Sanchez,
like
Sanchez.
Sanchez, even Sancho had one, bro. Everyone had one. My
Oh
brother
yeah.
did not even get that much.
Yeah,
All he
but
got was
well, the club can't
a
even
poster
afford packed lunch for the staff. So, what do you expect?
and
So,
nothing.
I think one thing that I wanted to highlight and bring into the show, right, is you guys were talking earlier about our club, the team being thin and not having enough players for the games, and it got me to thinking. I've been thinking about this for a while. Sorry, is it me doing the feedback or is it someone else? Because
I think it's yours. I'm not sure.
is it
I think so.
okay? All right, yeah. So
It's
I've
good
been
now.
thinking of it's better now, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I've been thinking about this for a while. So I've been thinking that we've been disrespecting our elder statesmen, and what I mean by that is, you mean to tell me, yeah, that we lose 9 games or whatever it is that Amarin's been here as manager, right? And Casemiro plays all of them 9 games and we lose all of them 9 games? Because I don't think so. I don't think if we involved Ericsson a bit more than how he has been used, I don't think we lose all of them games. Me personally, I don't think so. Now, there is a way of putting these guys on the field that is less detrimental to the team. So, as an example, in my opinion, if you play Casemiro next to Ugarte, you don't have the lack of legs in the middle of the park situation because Ugarte can cover. Casemiro can use his brain in order to position himself in the right places, and also he has a certain type of pass and a certain skill set that we don't have in that area. And plus, when we do have set pieces and everything else, Casemiro is a problem in the box. But we don't have that. Then, in the number 10 role, as an example, you can play Kobe there because Kobe knows how to keep the ball ticking. He knows how to hold on to it. He knows how to drive with it. He knows how to do certain things with it. But then you also got Ericsson. Ericsson is up there in terms of passing play and attacking play. He's up there. We don't really have people with the abilities of an Ericsson. it's just the work rate that he lacks. But if you've got the two defensive pivots behind him, then he doesn't actually need the type of legs that people are always screaming about. Oh, he needs these legs and he needs that legs. And I think if we play that sort of team, maybe sprinkle a little Paula Bill Pogba in there, and I think personally we can. I won't say it will completely save our season, but it gives us a better chance of winning the Europa League, in my opinion. But when you want to rely on Kobe Mainoo playing up front, when you want to rely on Alejandro Garnacho, who can't beat his man, when you want to rely on Rasmus No-Go Hoyland, and and SpongeBob SquarePants Xerxes, yeah, bruv, you're just setting us up for failure week in, week out, bruv. Like these man collectively couldn't hit a barn door to save their lives. Yeah. I look at this squad, yeah, and unfortunately, this is the worst squad I've ever seen in my life. You know, when back in the day when we'll come up against a side like Bolton or somebody like that, yeah. In my head, I thought, how shit is this squad? Yeah. Would you believe in 2025, fast forward to 2025, we have a comparable shit squad? We have a comparable shit squad in the sense of we have wingers that can't beat no one. We have strikers that can't score to save their lives. We have defenders that have the turning circle of a bus. Like, we have a goalkeeper that throws the ball into the back of his net. And what? This is acceptable. And then fans will be telling me, oh, well, we're developing Garnacho, we're developing Rasmus. I don't give a flying. Why are we developing? This is Manchester United. Now we're Crash FC. Now we're Crash FC. We're trying to get flipping 19-year-olds on loan to save our season. Is this acceptable? Like, and we're hating. We're all of the fan base are hating on all of our elderly statesmen, and we're rubbishing them like they're shit when they can put in way better performances than this. And it's not to say, and I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying that Casemiro has never dropped a stinker at this club, but he's also dropped some phenomenal performances that people have seemed to have glazed and forgot about. And when he was playing alongside, when Casemiro was playing alongside Ugarte under Ruud van Nistelrooy, the midfield was cooking. So I don't understand why we haven't seen that under Ruben. I don't understand why we haven't seen it. So big up to the chat, big up to everyone else, but you, man, don't ever fall asleep on the elderly statesmen. They're not shit footballers. These young players are shit footballers. They don't even know how to play football yet. They're still learning how to play football. Their raw ability is what you see in every game. But you have to understand, when is the last time, yeah, you can remember in your fan viewing career of watching United, because this is a career. You got to take time out of your busy schedule to watch this stuff, yeah? When have you ever seen, yeah, us lose like 8 or 9 games in quick succession? When have you ever seen this? This is unheard of. All the games that we've lost back to back, this is unheard of. Like, so that's what I mean about the elderly statesmen. Don't be quick to just throw them away and say, I'm not saying we can't upgrade on them, but it's when we have the financial capabilities to do so. Right now, we don't. And right now, I feel like the club kind of betrayed us in the January transfer window by getting rid of 3 players and only bringing in like one main first team player and some youth team from Arsenal, a youth team player from Arsenal. So, like, don't be quick to rubbish these men and say they're shit when what we're playing ahead of them is even shitter, in my opinion. But that's me. Anyone else?
I think Benidra just joined in, so I think we should let
Yeah,
him speak. And even
I
Young
see,
Paddy
Balitek,
hasn't
I see where
spoken.
your
Well, one
frustration
family.
is, and I kind of agree with you on the fact where people are rubbishing Casemiro, people are rubbishing Bruno, and they have great, they've had horrible games. I agree with you, but they are not totally horrible. Totally agree with you there. And I personally don't like it when people do that because it's like it makes it seem as if they are just totally bad. I, me personally, in my opinion, I would keep the at least. I get the wages for both of them is way too high, and we'll probably need to cut them down. But it's I'm gonna blame the Glazers and the previous administration for that. If we could start phasing people out, which we've done, we started doing. But for me personally, Bruno and Casim, maybe okay. Bruno should be the last of the old guard in quotes to leave. That's great, you know. But right now, Luke Shaw should be the first to go, first out the door. Tom Heaton, I feel like Ericsson is also on his last legs with his contract. Lindelof also on his last legs because I don't think they extended his contract. Um, who else? Johnny Evans. Thank you for your service. At least he's done a lot more than what Luke Shaw is supposed to do. So I would give him a medal and tell him to retire because I'm tired of him. He's gonna go. So that's like another. In the summer, we need
Doctor, I think your connection is breaking
the
up.
I'm saying talking like I'm part of the administration. We are already on our last legs. Hello,
Hello,
can you
I
hear
think
me?
you're. Yes, we can hear you, but I think your
Can
connection's
everyone
dropped a
hear
little
me?
bit. Yeah, we can hear you, Doctor.
Okay,
I think.
I'll come back in. Let me.
Yep,
Are
please
y'all
do.
able to hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep, yep. Can you
Yep,
all
when you're
hear
good.
me?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Well, well.
So the
First,
first,
sorry, Bernadette, go first.
okay. So the first thing I'll say is a lot of these men that I hear what Balitek has been saying. For me, just they can go. Um, I totally disagree with this notion that our young players are shit. I totally disagree with it. If said young players are taken by other teams, they'll all of a sudden start playing well. So something else is happening, and it's not because they are shit. Um, these older men, there's no future with them, right?
Yep.
We need to build a squad, and we need to do something sustainable, and we need to stop thinking short term. We have to be doing this for the long term, and if we're going to be doing it for the long term, we need to get younger players who are much easier to train and to build a squad around them. That's
Yep.
personally my belief. And also, I've been listening for time about people talking about our strike force, and we need strikers, and I'm bored to hell with it because we could get the biggest, baddest striker in the world.
Yep.
They'll absolutely immediately look shit in our
Sorry for
team.
the language. Apologies about that.
And you know, Edison Cavani, because I hear people whenever I talk about service, people say, "But Rasmus, he doesn't make the runs, and he doesn't hold up play." And so I'm looking back. Edison Cavani joined Manchester United in 2020.
Yep.
Edison Cavani in his first season scored 10 Premier League goals. He played 26 games, right?
Yep.
And everybody would agree that Edison Cavani is a proper striker. When you talk about movement and ball play, he's got it. He scored 10 goals in his first season. He scored 2 goals in his second season. He also, as a striker, was averaging far less in terms of his shots on goal in comparison to other strikers in the league.
Yep.
So is somebody going to come and tell me that Edison Cavani wasn't making the right runs? He didn't know where to be in the box. He only scored 12 Premier League goals over 2 seasons. Anthony Martial was at Manchester United for what? 9 years? Something like that. In his first season, he scored 11 Premier League goals under LVG, 31 appearances. Second season, 2 Premier League goals. Third season, 9. Fourth season, 10. Fifth season, 17. Sixth season, 4. Next season, 1. Following season, 6. Then 1. Nobody is telling me that Anthony Martial wasn't making runs, didn't know where to be in the box, couldn't score goals. Nobody's telling me that. So something is happening at Manchester United, and it's not just this or last season, that's causing us to be in the lower percentage, the lower percentile of teams that are creating chances for its strikers. We are in the bottom of the pile when you check the statistics of teams in the Premier League who are creating chances for its strikers. So our problem is not the strikers. In other words, I'm used to the BPO industry. I work in IT, right? Now, in the BPO industry, sometimes you'll have a campaign. They'll do like sales, and one part of it they'll do sales, one part of it they do customer service. If you are a sales agent and the calls that are being routed to your line are just customer service calls, you won't be able to make a sale, right? But then imagine your supervisor comes to you and say, listen, you're not making any sales. And you go, well, yeah, I know I'm not making any sales, but I'm not getting any sales calls. They're just customer service calls. And your supervisor go, yeah, I understand you're not really getting the sales calls, but you need to make sales, man. That shit is frustrating. That's gonna
Sorry
be
about the language
frustrating.
again. Apologies about that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that.
That's gonna be really, really frustrating. We are telling our strikers that they need to score. You're not doing your job. You can't score, but we are not providing for them. And if it's frustrating for me as a fan watching it, just imagine how frustrating it is for a striker. Now, I've watched games where I see Rasmus making those runs, but
Yeah.
after a while, this is what happens. You make the runs, the balls don't come. You stop making those friggin' runs.
Okay.
It's human, Zane, and then after your confidence get shattered. So it's the same for Rasmus, the same for Xerxes, it's the same for the striker before they came in. It's the very same thing. So check for the past 10 years and tell me how many strikers for the past 10 years has been successful in this Manchester United team.
I can tell you. I can
I
tell
can
you.
only think of
I
one
can tell.
off
Wait,
the
wait,
top
hold
of
on a
my
second.
head.
Let me respond to that.
Minton.
Let me respond to
I
what he
got you.
just said.
Yeah.
Let me respond to what he just said because he brought out statistics and everything else. So let me start with Anthony Martial. Now, Anthony Martial never played as a centre forward the whole time in his Manchester United career. Sometimes he played as a winger. Sometimes he played as a central striker. Sometimes he had a fallout with the manager, and he'll be on the bench. So that's why his goal tally is up and down the place. It had nothing to do with service, right? In terms of Edison Cavani came to Manchester United at the wrong part of his career. And coming to Manchester United at that stage of your career, for some players, not all players, but for some players, yeah, is very difficult to come to the Premier League at that stage of your career. This is the same issue that Radamel Falcao had when he came to us. It's very hard to come to the Premier League at the end of towards the tail end of your career. The only real guys, some guys can come and get away with it, like Zlatan. Zlatan, I
Even
think he scored.
Zlatan only had one
Zlatan
good
and Naldo,
season.
that's
That
it.
was
Yeah,
it.
but he got injured. He had a knee injury in his second season, and that derailed his whole. So he had to
Yeah,
leave
in
Man
the Euro
United
Cup.
after that. So it wasn't because he wasn't that great of a
Ronaldo was
footballer.
successful.
Ronaldo scored 24 goals. Zlatan scored I think 26 or 27 goals. Romelu Lukaku in his first season, he scored 27 goals. So we can't say like what did the three strikers that I've just mentioned. So Lukaku, Ronaldo, and Ibrahimovic. What do they all have in common? They all are experienced and they all are world level. Yeah. In terms of when we bought them and when we had them at the club. Yeah. We have guys that are not even Premier League level, in my opinion, leading the front line, and people are saying, "Oh, but it's everyone's fault. They're not passing them the ball, bro." Like I've played football before, yeah, and I do know, yeah, that when you have players that are not very good in your team, yeah, you're very hesitant to pass them the ball because you know that the first thing that's going to happen when you pass them the ball is that they're going to lose the ball. A lot of the time, I've been to Old Trafford on multiple occasions. Yeah, every time Rasmus gets the ball, he loses it. Yeah, the guy loses the ball. He's not good on the ball. He's always fighting with people. Yes, he does make some runs and they don't find him, but then also Rashford makes plenty of runs, which I've seen in the stadium, and they don't find him as well. As an attacker, it's your job to continuously make the runs no matter what. Yeah,
I'm,
you
but
always.
Listen, I just think it's like a confidence thing with
can I
him.
can I
Well,
can, can I
at
just
the
respond
at
to
the
that?
start,
I haven't even
You
finished,
two,
but yeah, you
you
can finish.
two,
You can finish.
you two, be quiet, please. Let Ballytech finish, please. Let's
No,
have
no.
order to this debate, please.
No, can I just
All
jump
all
on
I'm saying,
Biotech's point there?
all I'm gonna quickly wrap up this year because I know other people want to talk. All I'm gonna say to you guys is, yeah, like Rasmus, yeah, he should not be a Manchester United starting centre forward. He wasn't a starting centre forward in Atlanta. He was the third choice. Manchester United have signed him for 72 million. We got finessed. You cannot sign somebody for 72 million that is not the finished article. That is like, yeah, that is like, imagine we go to Bayern Munich right now. So we go to Bayern Munich and we say, yeah, you see that Tell kid in the academy? Yeah, you know the guy that you're not really giving minutes to? You know the guy that like you can't even give 10, 15 minutes to week in, week out? Yeah, we're going to sign him for 72 million. And then when he comes to Old Trafford, we're going to teach him how to be a top level striker. We're going to teach him. Yeah, that's not how you spend money. That's a misappropriation of funds. Yeah, whoever sanctioned that deal needs to be sacked in this lifetime and sacked in the next lifetime. Because to me, yeah, there are world class strikers. Yeah, we signed him for a world class striker's fee. Yeah, There are
Okay, I
world class.
understand you,
There are
Balitek.
world class strikers out there that are way, but the world class strikers out there that are 100 times better than what we got up front. That are scoring like 30, 40, 50 goals a season. Yeah,
Can I just
and
quickly respond to
like
some?
like if
Because you
we went to Newcastle and said, yeah, we'll give you 70 million or whatever it is, yeah, as a down payment for Isak, yeah, or somebody like that. That's the type of money you're looking at. You're not looking at flipping like he's meant to be like 15 million what he's giving us. This guy's crap.
okay,
Listen,
okay, I'm not
listen, Biotech. Listen,
the,
you're right, bro.
the money
We
has
we
nothing.
clearly overpaid on this guy. It's not
You
his
Wait,
can't
wait,
fault,
say the
wait,
bro.
money has nothing to do with it when he's starting number 9.
Balitek. I understand that. I don't agree with it in any situation. I don't agree with that fee. I don't even agree with Rasmus being the main striker for Manchester United. I hear that. I agree with that. My thing is that I know how to separate issues. Now, when you say, I heard you made one point in particular that players don't want to. I listen. F them. I don't give a shit about that. That's not your job. I'm sure that the coach is not sending players out there and saying to them, "Don't pass to Rasmus." That's not your. That's not your job. Your job is to play as a team. This is not tennis. You're playing football. And football is a team game, right? And if the striker is there, you pass the ball to the striker. You understand? Most of these balls that I see going into Rasmus are balls that's been fizzed into him at speed, and he can't control those. No, he cannot. Right? What they need to do is to find him when he's making that runs, and I see him making those runs. Right? So I don't want anybody telling
Well,
me that that that
I
that that, that they are not that they are
I somewhat
that,
disagree
that they are not
because at
passing
this
into him. And
Listen,
also,
can I
I
just say
somewhat I
something on the
somewhat disagree,
Rasmus thing
Benidre,
real
Can
because
we
quick?
at the
have can
start,
we have order in this in this
Riley, you don't have
debate,
to
please?
manage anything. We are grown ups. We can have a conversation. Thank you.
Can we
Benidre, I
not overtake
remember
each other
at
now,
the
please?
start
Ron,
of
go
the
for it.
season, right? At the start of the season, Manchester United, categorically on factual number levels, we had the highest missed chances. That meant we were
who were
creating
missing those
chances.
chances? No, 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 no.
Benidre, I am
That's a
again, Benidre, listen before you respond, please, respectfully, right? I'm not putting it down to Rasmus Højlund or Xerxes. Just listen to me at least, right? So we were missing a lot of chances, and this was under Eric Ten Hag, where I hear it, we were not creating enough chances for Rasmus Højlund or any striker in that particular position because most of our wingers were actually shooting at the goal. They were going to the byline. The only person who was actually putting the ball in as a cutback was Ahmed Diallo. Apart from him, Garnacho wasn't doing it. Rashford did a few times, maybe one or two, but he wasn't doing it enough as well. So the only outlet of creation left was Bruno Fernandes. And we all know what creativity he has, how he plays football. It's a hoofball, it's hopeful ball, but also it is smart ball. Because I know, and I've seen video, there is video evidence of how smart Cavani was to understand what exactly Bruno was about to do. Now, you did make a point about the runs he made. I have seen Rasmus Højlund make runs as well, and I understand and I agree with you. He does make runs. Most of the time, the runs that he is making are behind the defender. So, in essence, when the ball is going to come inside to him, the defender is already there to stop him. He needs to be making the run on the outside to collect the ball, either move it inside or take a shot. So he's making the runs in the wrong way, and obviously, it is down to the coaching system who need to make sure that that is corrected in his style of play. Because obviously, as Bally Tech said, he is young. He's come from a young team. This is the time. He's a young striker. He is not even in his prime. His prime would be when he's 28, 29. We have to be patient. Regardless what we say, what we don't like about him, we have to be patient and give him time because there's so much growth opportunity with the guy, but it's hurting us right now. So it's essentially a mistake on the management who did not see it through correctly. Yes, you can have potential in your team. You can go with potential strikers, but you need to have a set striker ahead of them that you can eventually rely upon if things are not going well. Right now, we do not have that in our team. For Hoyland and Xerxes, they do play very different football as strikers in their own ways. We have all seen it. It kind of works as well. In certain games, Rasmus Holland might work. In certain games, we have seen Xerxes flourish with whatever he provides to the team. I'm also seeing Cheeto might be making a debut as well in the upcoming days. So we have options coming in, but to say that our team is not really providing, because under Amorim, the first thing the mid tens, as they call them, the cams, what they're doing is they're providing for the striker. I have seen how many times Garnacho put the ball in. I've seen how many times Amad Diallo put the ball in. Even the last game when Kobe Minu was playing, I wish Rasmus or Xerxes was playing instead of Kobe Minu. They would have scored that goal. Kobe Mino is a midfielder. He did not even know to be there in the right position. He's not a false nine. So the manager misprofiled Kobe Mino in that role in that game, and he has to learn. So the manager has to take a blame of what exactly he's doing. He needs to coach them. He needs to make better decisions. The management needs to make those better decisions. We cannot really go ahead and put it down to just the striker or the midfield is not creating, or the back four is not creating. Lisandro Martinez has put beautiful balls in for Amad Diallo. How is he able to go ahead, collect them, and score goals? He's known to make those moves as well.
Yeah, one thing I'll say as well, right, is literally I've been studying how Sporting play, yeah, and the central striker Jokeres, he makes a lot of unselfish runs, especially when we're trying to progress the ball from deep. He's not fighting with centre backs. He will come onto the left wing or he will go onto the right wing, depending on where he sees the play developing. Right, Rasmus is not doing that. Rasmus is backing into defenders, waiting for the ball to come. So yes, he might make the run, but he's making a run in a place where they're not trained to pass the ball. So right now, we're in February now. We've not got that many games in February, or at least in the first 2 weeks of February, at least, yeah. So for the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have one game a week. So I'm expecting that they're gonna put more time in on the training ground in order to improve the performances. Because when you're playing multiple games a week, you can't train on what you're doing with the ball or your possession or anything else. The only thing you're coming in to do in training is to come and do recovery when you got multiple games. So now they have the opportunity to actually be coached on what is expected of them. But I will tell you, as a closer, on what I'm going to say, it's a damning verdict on what the manager thinks about our striking options when he leaves two strikers on the bench and he plays a midfielder in his place. It's damning. So no matter what anybody thinks about the talent that we have up front, the manager has shown us through his actions and not his words that he thinks that they are crap.
Well,
So anyone else can go.
well, thank you very much, Bally Tech. I'm gonna have to say Ineos out because there's a warning shot. Because I've been looking at the stats for Luke Shaw since his debut, 253 appearances and only 3 goals. So it does not look good on the record. And if Luke Shaw's contract's to be terminated, not only is going to be some breathing space for Ineos, but for Manchester United as a whole. So basically, if Luke Shaw's contract is terminated, then they could get an experienced striker on a world level, on a level of football they've been in since they started their career. But there's a warning. There's a warning to Ineos now.
Riley, could you check if there's someone in the background?
If there's a warning shot to Ineos. If Ineos continues to have Luke Shaw's contract, then they're probably not going to get an experienced person that can go on Manchester United. So there is a warning shot today from Ineos themselves, and I do believe that taking the right action could be the key to bring in experienced players. But trust me, there's a bit of a warning shot that every United fan needs to have if they continue.
Hey,
Whose background is that?
is what? What are you hearing?
It sounds like someone's in a construction site or something. I don't know.
Oh, it
Or,
could be me.
or in
No,
a,
I don't think it's
Let
mine.
me let me mute, and you tell me if it goes.
okay. Yeah, it's definitely
It
gone
is
now.
your background. So there's a warning shot to every United fan watching today. If Ineos continues to have Luke Shaw in, this could cause problems. That he's only scored 3 goals in the last 253 appearances and
Who,
100.
Luke Shaw?
Yeah, Luke
Oh,
Shaw,
no one, no one cares about Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, yeah.
116.
This guy, yeah, Luke Shaw and Mason Mount, his friend Mason Mount. Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, them two are parasites. Them two, I can't, like, we'll sell them back to Chelsea, yeah. We'll give them to Chelsea for free. Maybe you can give us £1 for each of them and they can become your captains. Both of them. They could just, when one of them's out, Mason Mount is the captain. When Luke Shaw's out, well, vice versa. Like they could be your captains. How about that, Riley? What do you think? Captain Luke
Well,
Shaw
I,
and
I,
Captain Mason Mount. How do you feel?
I think a good idea, really. But if they keep Luke Shaw, then where's the experience going to come from?
Where's the
Where's the,
experience?
where's the experience going to come from?
What
Because
what experience are we talking about though? What
you've got
experience?
players that is playing on a level which is unacceptable for Ruben Amorim. We've seen in the past couple of games that if they don't manage to win the ball, with Rufus in the box, they can't take chances. And
Yeah, but
Amorim,
that's got nothing to do with Luke Shaw. He's injured. He ain't playing football.
I know it's not down to Luke Shaw, but
Bro,
it's the
right now, based
mentality
on what
that
I'm seeing,
Amorim is in. That
the
is
inexperienced
it's
players
whoa, whoa, whoa,
are
whoa,
playing
whoa.
better
It's the
than
mentality. It's the mentality Ruben Amorim
Wait,
has.
let let let
It's
let
not on Luke Shaw. It's not on Luke Shaw. I'll repeat.
let Mitch
Not
go.
on Luke.
Let Mitch go. I want to hear what Mitch has to say.
What about the Luke Shaw situation?
Yeah, like, what's your not Luke Shaw? Um, wait, what was it? It weren't you, Mitch. It was
huh?
Bernie Dre.
No,
Was it?
I was just saying because Riley's talking about Luke Shaw and something about experience, and I'm saying that Riley's asking where's the experience going to come from. I'm saying that currently the younger players in the team are actually playing better than those that are supposedly experienced.
Or could you give me an example of who's playing better than who?
Well, for example,
Ganacho,
Collier, I'm,
Euro,
bro, Collier in the midfield to me
Rasmus.
is better than Bruno.
Wow.
Yes, I said it. There, I said it.
Okay.
Bruno
I
actually has
pray. Do you
played.
know what I hope here? I hope that they drop Bruno for the next game. We can use Collier and who is it? Ugarte in the midfield, and
Bruno,
then who's gonna play in the tens? Who is it? Garnacho and Kobe? Yeah.
I'd play Kobe and Diallo in the tens.
Okay. Good. Okay. Diallo and Kobe, and who up front? Rasmus. Yeah.
Well, either him or Xerxes. Or what we could actually do is use Bruno as a false nine because he's actually less of a liability there and he can score a goal.
So what are
That
we saying that Bruno
that's
messed us
Ten
up for
Hag
the last
tactics,
game?
though. No,
Are
that's
we
Ten
saying
Hag
Bruno messed
Bruno,
us
tactics.
up for the last game?
bro, Bruno. is a liability. Bruno is not playing well. Bruno is not dictating games. And what I find with Bruno, and this is what I call Bruno. I call Bruno a
Mhm.
scammer, right? Because he'll
Okay.
show up now and again with a proper assist, with a proper goal, and everybody, because fans are fickle, and everybody says, yeah,
What's a
Bruno is
proper
this,
assist and a proper goal?
bro.
Like a one-time cutback, a one-time cutback
It's just
assist.
interpretation. And then sometimes you hear people say, well, nobody else could do that.
So the
Nobody
goal
else
that
could.
he scored. So the goal that he scored against Arsenal. How like who do you see doing that?
You see, and this is the crazy thing I'm talking about. A
No,
goal is a goal.
I just asked the simple like, who do you think is doing that? Like like, do you think Rasmus is doing that?
I'm gonna give you a simple answer. I'm gonna give you a
Xerxes?
simple. You want the answer, or are you just trying to, you know?
I'm just trying to find out who's doing it.
I don't care, because a goal is a goal. It's not like basketball where some are worth 2 points and some are worth three. A goal is a
Okay,
goal. So I
it's
don't care.
true. It's true.
I don't care how beautiful the goal looks. I prefer you to score consistently or assist consistently, even if it's crappy.
Well, he
Yeah,
does
but
that
you
now.
have to understand, yeah, the consistency of what you're expecting from him, yeah, is wild. And I'll tell you why. Because the manager, one day the manager will decide that he's going to play in the 10. Another day, the manager that will decide that he's going to play in the pivot.
Do
So
you
at
know
the end of the day,
what
in terms
happens?
of what you're looking for, in terms of
It's
what
because of
you're
the
looking for, which is the goal or assist, if
whenever
he's playing further away from the goal, if he's playing further away from the goal, you're not going to expect him to do what he done against Arsenal, as an example.
if Bruno was consistently providing in the 10, they'd never move him. I promise you that. If he was
Bruno,
consistently providing in the 10 role, he would never ever play number 6 or number 8, unless it's something drastic is happening and he has to do a job there, right? Bruno has been a very inconsistent all of last season until about the last 5 or 6 games, when he turned up with some assists and goals, right? Wildly poor this season, barring a few games. The thing with Bruno is he'll show up a couple of games with like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 performance, but then the rest of the games are like 4. That's Bruno. He does not give you that consistent level of performance.
so well, you said Collier's better than him. Who else is better than him?
Right now in the
Mhm.
midfield, I would give Bruno a rest, and
No, I'm
I
not.
would
I'm not disagreeing on that. I'm just trying to ascertain who else is better than him. So you said Collier, and like who else?
point I'm making is right.
But Bernie Dre, I don't believe you truly believe that Collier is better than Bruno, man. Come on.
So let me make this point, because sometimes when you get heated, you can over exaggerate, right? So I honestly believe, and this is why I'm always on Bruno's case. Bruno is mad talented. I remember being this frustrated when watching Nani as well, because Nani is mad talented back in the day. Bruno is mad talented. He can do everything, but Bruno is so indisciplined, and it pisses me off because of his indiscipline. Right? He always tries the impossible. Like, if you do it 2 times, 3 times, and it doesn't come off, stop for a moment, breathe, recycle the ball properly. Don't give it away cheaply. Stop taking shots from 40 yards, 30 yards. You can't score them every game.
Can I say something to that point, right? You see people who create the most chances, yeah. Because obviously, obviously at the top of the show, you highlighted a lot of statistics and whatnot, yeah. So you should be able to do this, yeah. Bro, I beg you, go and check, yeah, like the all the players like either in the Prem or in Europe's top 5 leagues or whatever it is, of players that typically give away the ball. Yeah, players that typically give away the ball are the chance creators. They are the people that give away the ball the most. They are the people that are supposed to take the risks on the pitch. So, as an example, I remember years ago when Messi was playing at the highest level, I saw a stat that said that he gives away the ball. He was like in the top three of players that gave away the ball the most. But when I watch him on the eye test, it doesn't look like he gives away the ball, but he gives away the ball a lot. He gives away the ball a lot, and he's supposed to be the GOAT. Giving away the ball, giving away the ball is okay depending on what role you're playing in the team.
And also
Yeah.
depending on the team you have around you. You see, Messi could afford to do that because at that time, Barcelona, with their style of football, the moment they lose the ball, they win it back. Just like that, they're winning the ball back, right? We don't have that in our team. We don't
So
press.
you're what you're doing is you now you're technically indicting Bruno Fernandez's teammates now
No,
because
no, no. It's still on Bruno because you're the captain. You're supposed to be taking this by the scruff of the neck. You're supposed to understand that you're supposed to simplify your game. If you're doing some things and it's not coming off and you're losing the ball and it's putting your team, the amount of times that Bruno lose the ball and it turns into us conceding a chance or even conceding a goal. So you as the captain must now understand that you cannot just lose the ball like that.
you know what? I would argue that this season, yeah, he's lost the ball far less than he has in previous seasons because of the change of style of the managers, right? So he's had to change his game somewhat. But then the problem is, whilst he's changed his game somewhat, people will still say, "Oh, but he didn't score. Oh, but he didn't assist." Yeah, but you've asked him to keep it simple. So it's like
The
fans.
thing is,
Yeah, they don't know what they want. They will tell a man keep it simple, and then the minute it takes something out of his game, they're all talking nonsense. It's like,
no,
as an example, it's like Rooney now. Yeah, Rooney played with an edge in his game. When I mean edge, like he was a bit nasty, he was a bit wild, he was a bit rash. But that nasty, wild, and rash Rooney was the best Wayne Rooney. Yeah. Once you turned Rooney into a nice guy, and you could see he's lost all the edge and the spark and everything else. You can't take certain things away from a maverick and then expect them to still be a maverick. You can't pick and choose what you want them to take out of their game because
no,
those things,
this,
good and bad, that's
what
what makes them who they are.
you need a proper balance of a player, right? Now Rooney was aggressive, fine, but Rooney was doing his job, and he wasn't more aggressive than he was talented. You understand? No,
No,
the
it
truth.
was equal. But the way he plays, you can't have one without the other to be the best version of himself.
Right,
You
but it's I think it's a false equivalency because we're not talking about Bruno being aggressive. And he's petulant, but that's for another time. I don't even want to talk about that.
No,
But
you're talking about him losing the ball and
exactly, so that's a
keeping it
part.
simple. But I'm telling you that this season, compared to previous seasons he was losing the ball far more, and he weren't doing as many simple passes as he's done this season. But
But
I've also argued the point of he's doing way less Hollywood balls and stuff. But then also you have to understand, yeah, that what will happen eventually happen is that there'll be less balls played into Rasmus on the run. There'll be less balls played into certain situations, but you have to also understand it will affect the goals and it will affect assists,
no,
especially when the manager has decided that, oh, okay, well, I'll just play you next to Ugarte, which you're further away from the goal. You're doing technically more of a defensive sort of circulating the ball role. You're not getting forward as much as you technically could be if you was playing in a number 10 role. You got more defensive responsibilities on you. So really and truly, it's like we're looking to Bruno and we're looking to Bruno and we're saying, Bruno, it's your fault. But in actual theory, it's the manager and what he's trying to do. Like
But
at the end of the
Bruno is still misplacing the balls. He's still doing that. He's still maybe not on the same level as previous seasons, but he is still
I
doing
can
it.
agree to that. I can agree to that. I can
He
agree that he's not
takes
on the same level.
lots of shots from outside the box. He's still doing that. And I would
Not at the same frequency as he would have done last season or the season before.
I agree to a lesser extent, but he's still doing it.
But
And
do you want players to stop? You want players to change their game so much so that they're unrecognizable? Because at the
I,
end of the
I'm
day,
not saying that he should change it until he's unrecognizable. I'm just saying that. But I'm not even saying that he should not take any shots from outside the box. But there's a time and a place for everything that you do on the pitch, man. And you can't do things to the detriment of the team. You have to be, especially in a game where it's a tight 0-0 and you're trying to get a goal, or you're trailing. As far as I'm concerned, the idea is to get the ball to the person who is in the best position to have a shot on goal. And when you're trying to progress up to the final third, and instead of trying to seek out um somebody in space so that they can get a proper shot on target, you take a shot from 30 yards out. It's demoralizing, man.
fair enough. But you do realize that your best team has Bruno in it, though. You do realize this, right?
I think at this time, he wouldn't be the first person I'd get rid of, but I think we should start planning for life without him.
I agree. I agree with all of this. The thing is, sometimes as fans as well, I think we do agree with each other in some ways, but I think it's just the finer details that we may not agree on sometimes. Yeah, I do agree that we should have a successor to Bruno, but unfortunately, when you take Bruno out of this team, yeah, Manchester United are a much worse team. Unfortunately, we've seen multiple games where people are like, "Oh, we must drop Bruno. We must drop Bruno." Then we drop Bruno. Then we drop the biggest stinker I've ever seen in my life. No shots on goal. No shots on target. Not even a threat. No nothing. Yeah,
Because
I would wish for a 30-yard shot that ain't going in when we're playing a game where we don't even look like we want to score.
I tell you what, I tell you what, because sometimes there are a lot of times I would love for him to hold the bench. I think sometimes what we do is that we're replacing him with the wrong player, and we have a shallow squad, especially for midfield. So I would do what everybody fears doing.
What's
I
that?
I would use players from the academy, especially the under 18s.
Okay,
I
so who do you bring up?
definitely I would use an I would love to see a Biancari in our team. I'd love to see that. There's another midfielder there. I can't remember his name right now, but I
Scallon?
Scala. Yes, I'd absolutely love to see those two players blooded in our team. Absolutely. I fear for Obi, honestly, because I know he's a proper striker. He's a very good striker, but I fear that he's going to come into the team, and the same thing happens, um, similar to what's happening to the other strikers, and then people are going to start saying, "Oh, he wasn't really that good after all."
I
I
don't
fear.
fear
No,
for him. I don't
no,
fear for him in the. The
I don't
reason why
fear
I
for
don't
him
fear
either,
for him,
bro.
right? Because like at the end of the players, at the end of the day, like like birds, right? When birds are first developing and they haven't flown yet, the mother usually just pushes them out of the nest and just expects them to either fly or die. And it's just one of those ones, yeah. At the end of the day, Obi Martin, people fear for him, but the way I look at it is either you show that you're fit or you show that you're unfit. And previous years, like look at Rashford. Rashford, when he first burst onto the scene, Rashford wasn't even when we had that injury up front. Yeah, the youth team striker that was meant to be in Rashford's place, he got injured in the warm up. That's the only reason why Rashford was able to play that day. And luckily for him, he scored on his debut. So a guy who was ahead of him got injured, and then the main striker got injured, and that two strikers got injured. And that's the reason why he was able to play and have the career that he had thus far. So, as far as I'm concerned, Obi Martin, if he's given a chance, he should show that he's ready and why he came to play for Man United. It doesn't matter whether we think he's ready or not. It matters whether he believes he's ready or not, because the belief is in himself. He has to believe in himself and his own source. We can all sit here and say that he's not ready, but he has to say, no, I'm ready, and I'm going to show them that I'm ready. That's the type of attitude that I expect at Manchester United, not the type of attitude where these guys have a lack of confidence or they don't believe in their own source, or they make a couple of runs, then the ball doesn't come, then they stop believing in themselves. I don't want players like that. This is Manchester United, yeah. Your belief and your mentality is everything. When you put on that shirt, yeah, when you come out and you play for the fans, that's everything. So when you start to forget that and you start to become someone who is too in your head when you're playing this game, then you're at the wrong club, because we've got the biggest stadium, we've got the biggest fan base, and when you play crap for this club, you're gonna get the most criticism, the most scrutiny, and everything else. So at the end of the day, if you come to Manchester United, you have to have the right mentality. So no, if they give him a chance, I'll back him, and hopefully he's ready. And if he's not ready, like you say, there's Biancheri, there's other strikers itching and waiting for their opportunity. So, in my opinion, he needs to take it by the scruff of the neck, take it with both hands if he's trying to stay in this team.
Yeah, but that's not the only issue that, Ineos is facing. They are also facing the possibility of protest on Friday over the decision to scrap concession and hike prices to a minimum of £66 per ticket for members. I mean, what is Ineos doing? Where do you think they're going on amidst the transfer rumours? Where do you think they're going wrong in this point?
Well, obviously, it's horses for courses, right? I think, obviously, if you're a Mancunian living in Manchester, that ticket price rise is going to hurt you so badly, because obviously the living wage there is obviously a lot lower than London and some other places around the country, and obviously it's going to be seen as something that's not fair. I do believe they brought the ticket prices in line with some of the London ticket prices. So for anybody who's a Manchester United fan or whatever from London, they're just going to look at it as a normal ticket price hike. Like, they're not going to look at it the same way that the Mancunians will look at it. However, it does affect legacy fans and fans in and around the area, that essentially parts of the lifeblood of the club. So, in my opinion, it's not fair. It's disrespectful. And yeah, Glazers out. Like, they can't be doing that, because at the end of the day, you need the Mancunians who are on the doorstep of the club, because they're the ones who patronize the club the most. Like, if I can't get to a game, I can't get to a game. But these men could easily get to a game. They can walk to the stadium. And that's the issue that Manchester United are having now. They're gonna actually a lot of people are not going to be able to afford to watch football no more. I've spoken to several fans that have said, yeah, that after this season they're not doing it no more. Like, so it's unfortunate that it's got to this, but at the end of the day, Jim Radcliffe has decided that he wanted to keep the Glazers. We couldn't get the full sale, and now we just have to deal with billionaires that can't afford to get rid of the debt, and they want to put the Manchester back into Manchester, but they're sacking like all the Manchester born and bred employees, and they're taking away their packed lunches, and they're scrapping a lot of the money for the disabled fans, and they're taking away money for the Busby Babes, and they're cut multiple funds to charities and everything else. And to me, I just look at that as, if this is your version of putting the Manchester back into Manchester by disrespecting the club's history and ripping out the soul and the lifeblood of the club, do your thing, Jim Radcliffe. Because at the end of the day, I look at what is on the field, I look at what we currently have on the pitch, and I think, okay, well, if you're going to get rid of all these players, you're going to cut all the wages, you're going to do all of this and that to save pennies here or there, what are we getting out of it? Because it's not like we're winning on the pitch.
No,
No,
not unless they
it's
beat
crazy.
Ruthless
I
in the
have a
box.
question.
The
Yeah.
amount
I
of
have a question.
cutbacks, you
So
must think they're actually
Mick,
cool.
let Doctor ask the question.
no, go ahead, Mick. Finish your point because my question is going to take this to closing out the show. So, Mick, finish your point.
No, I was just saying that the number of cutbacks that Ineos are doing, they must be like, I don't know, they're moving like Ashley Cole or something.
Okay, Doctor, what are you saying?
So, my question is, let's look to the future and ask, what are your predictions for Friday's game?
Mick, what's your predictions?
Uh, it's gonna be a close game. I think 2-1 United. Um, I think Rasmus is gonna get a goal. I hope he does for his confidence. And yeah, Bruno might come clutch as well. So 2-1 United.
Okay. Me personally, I don't really like. Obviously, I expect a victory, so maybe we might give Leicester. Is it Leicester we're playing?
Yeah, Leicester.
Yeah, it's Leicester.
Maybe we might give Leicester a B slapping, because I think they need to be. The players need to be angry. Since we lost that game to Palace, and I would have imagined that the manager would have broken another TV, because the last time he broke the TV, I think we went on a maybe 5 games without any loss. So since he
It
broke
was
that
four
TV, and
games, I
now is it 4 games? So
Yeah,
so
this
maybe
was
he broke another
this
TV.
would have been the fifth. If we
No,
had
he
won
needs
the
to
game
break
on Sunday,
something
it would have
else.
been the fifth game in a row. So
Okay, so I mean, fingers crossed that whatever TV broke after the Palace game will result in a thrashing when we play Leicester.
yeah, me too. Like over the last 5 games, we have won 4 of the last 5 games and drawn one. So I know it's not going to be easy because of course they have a new manager, and Ruud hasn't had the best of times with Leicester City as of right now. So I'm thinking if anything, it's going to be like a 3-1 horrible game that is not going to be cute. And of course, we are the first of the whole bunch to play. So everybody is going to be looking at this game. They are going to want to see. The haters are going to want to see a downfall, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think 3-1 or like previously, like the Carabao Cup 5-2 game, something like that. We're definitely going to succeed. As concede, sorry. Riley, what do you think?
I think this could be tough game for United, I think. And many haters are going to see the downfall of Man United. But that could take place if Sir Jim doesn't make the right decisions. I'm going to have to say 1-1 and then after extra time 2-1. The thing is, not enough ruthless in the box for United. The key to success is to be more ruthless and take chances, even if a shot goes wide. So I'm going to say 1-1 and 2-1 after extra time.
So who's winning?
I don't think. Yeah,
United
Riley
to
was
win.
winning. United. Oh.
United to win 2-1.
Yeah,
United
I
to win
don't think
2-1.
we're going to. We can survive another extra 90 minutes. Extra 60, especially after the last round versus Arsenal. That was draining for everyone, for the players, for the coach, for the fans. I'm tired. I need like a routine win in 90 minutes because my soul can't handle it again.
Nah, I think we're gonna
Definitely.
win 2-1 in the 90 minutes. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
going
go
to be
to
a
extra
win.
time.
Yeah, because my other point is, I feel like whatever to go back, just to quickly touch on everything we've talked about today, which is the law. The rebuild is happening, but it's not going to be cute as one would think. It's not going to be as simple as one would think. That us fans are going to be frustrated. We know the Glazers don't care. They own the Florida Buccaneers, Tampa Bay, whatever they call themselves.
Tampa
And
Bay
they're
Buccaneers.
getting more. Yes. Oh my God. Sorry for whoever is a fan of that team. But they clearly don't care about us. And it's hopefully it's not going to be cute. We're gonna get there eventually. As I said before, there's gonna be tears, there's gonna be frustration, there's going to be anger. So keep calm, don't get frustrated, don't put your heart in it. Just support United game by game, and it's going to happen. Any last words, anyone?
Well,
Because we have been on here for
well,
an hour and 40, so
well, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna have to ask my United fans who are due to be at Old Trafford tomorrow night. Please do take action against St Jim Ratcliffe. The thing is, it's Glazers out for me at the end of the day because of what they're doing to the football club. It's not just painful. But is absolute distraught to the majority of fans who want him gone because of the price hike, still keeping Luke Shaw in, keeping the Glazers in. I want Sir Jim Ratcliffe out of there. Friday night, Man United fans, please don't enter the stadium in the FA Cup game. Protest against the Jim and the Glazers. We got to take action if United is to stay in Manchester forever. 7 o'clock protest. Don't enter the stadium whatsoever. The Braids, an elite baller. You may think you're right, but I see it differently. I see the impacts are going to be negative if that is if the actions continue to be downfall. I'm going to say, United fans, get to Old Trafford Friday night and protest against the Glazers and Sir Jim. No, don't get your tickets. Don't get your tickets, please. No, forget it. I know some of you want to go to the game, but please protest against the Glazers because that's the only way we can keep the down. That's the way we can get the positives back to this club. behind the scenes.
Big up Riley Taylor with the opinions. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna like end my final point on a positive note. I don't know whether Drogu is scheduled for his debut, but
It looks like
it
it.
it would be very interesting if the manager gave him a start as a left wing back, maybe put Delo as a right wing back, and we just
Yeah.
took the game to Leicester with Drogu just literally flying at their fullback at every single opportunity and put good balls into the box so either Rasmus or Xerxes can get on the end of it and we can just tuck them away, and that's what I'm hoping for. So fingers crossed for that one, because I've heard a lot of good things about the kid, and even though I believe he's a bit raw, my expectations aren't crazily high. So fingers crossed he doesn't feel like the pressure is too much for him. But yeah, he just needs to show us what he can do, and hopefully we can put the frighteners on Leicester and put them to the sword. Mitch, last
Listen, man,
words.
I feel like the pressure is already on him. Like he's our only like senior, like first team signing by Ineos, so there's already applied pressure on this kid. So listen, man, I just hope like he has the mentality to like play for this club, and yeah, I hope he gets like a start as well and have a good game, and let's move on to the next round.
Big up to everyone in the chat. Um,
Shout out
obviously,
to
as a fan
everyone.
base,
Riley, do you want to plug your
we have
channel?
to.
I got I've got to say, Ineos out exactly because they didn't get in Cuckoo for 70 million. That was the target. That was the target. Elite, don't call me a coward, please, because I've absolutely had enough of these lies. You see what you see, but I see different. I see the truth behind Manchester United, their ticket hikes, the, well, less known of quality on the pitch, and so Jim Atkins and Glazer staying in. I want them gone. Protest Friday night, please, United fans, because it's the only way we can get the positives back to the club as a whole.
Big up to everyone in the
Yeah.
chat. Smash the
So
like,
Riley, people
su- support Football Power Hour and all the
subscribe.
streams, subscribe and everything else, and
Yeah.
hopefully bots and the rest of the team will continue to hopefully produce the best content on YouTube. Yeah, what are you saying, Doctor?
So yeah, follow Riley, follow Balitech if you have anything. Do you have any channel, Balitech?
I haven't got a channel properly at the moment, but
Okay.
one day I'm gonna make a channel, and yeah, maybe I might surprise you guys.
Yes, come on. Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe. This week we are gonna do the happy hour. It's 100 episodes, so it should be, I'm sure bots will come on and tell you when, because the game is on Friday, I just realized. And we
Oh,
normally do
and
happy
guess
hour on
what, people?
Fridays.
Guess what? I have
What?
created the Kahoot. I have created the Kahoot for Happy
Oh, that's
Hour
wonderful.
100.
I can't wait. I can't wait. So guys, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, your
Whatever you
family,
like
and
to do. And for myself, Doctor, the brilliant herself,
thank
Barley,
you.
Mick, and everyone, thank you for watching. And just like that, Glazers, you better get out of this football club. Bye-bye for everyone. Thank you very much for your company.
Bye.
Football Power Hour.